what's your opinion about don't you think it's a pasabog na naman yun? Si Bersamin hindi pala nagsabi ng, hindi pala nag-resign. Ano nangyayari ngayon sa atin?
May ano kasi, eto, meron akong chika sa mga
Chika, sige. Sige na.
Ang tawag dito, somebody sent hindi ko alam kung ano, kumbaga parang, kasi alam niyo po, yung mga vloggers, we receive a lot of information.
Yes, actually.
So we really have to process it like very, very carefully, whether or not trap yung information na binigay sa akin o hindi. Ganon. So ngayon, ang tawag dito, may nag-send sa akin ng list, yung sabi, ang cover letter niya is, Miss Joey, takot na takot kami for our lives. Ang gusto lang ni Saldico is manatili siyang buhay, hindi siya patayin, and to get some leniency from the people para makauwi ng Pilipinas. Yun lang yung hinihingi niya. So, ibig sabihin, willing siyang makulong. Diba? Kumbaga parang, gano'n yung diba? And I find it really, prudent yung letter. So, ang sabi parang, all they want is makauwi lang ng Pilipinas ng buhay. So, ngayon, ang sabi niya, ang tawag dito, please help us telling the story to the people. Ang nakalagay dun sa table, yung 100, ito yung sinasabi guys dun sa email. Ang sabi is, every year, 100 billion talaga ang insertion. Noong chair si Saldico ng Committee on Appropriation, every year, 100 billion ang kanyang ini-insert. The 100 billion actually goes directly to Bongbong Marcos. The 100 billion is just the tip of the iceberg.
Correct.
Why? Because that one is the money na sinishare niya dun sa mga cabinet members niya and to the first family. Yun yung sabi sa yun yung sabi dun sa email. Like I said, we still have to well, it is a lead. I'm not saying that you rely on it 100%, but there are ways on how to check it There are ways on how to verify kung meron bang credence yung sinasabi niya. Just let me explain entirely yung sinabi niya sa letter. The 100 billion is actually a money distributed to the Marcos family and the cabinet members. So yung 100 billion na yun, di ba ang sabi ni Saldico, 25% of that yung commission ni Bongbong Marcos. So, ibig sabihin, kung 100 billion yan, yung 25 billion, yun yung cash na marireceive ni Bongbong Marcos. Kasi yun yung commission niya. Kasi the 100 billion is worth of projects yan, guys Worth of projects. So, yung 25 billion, yun yung pinaghatian ng pamilya ng first family.
How ridiculous is that?
Oo, at saka ng mga cabinet members. Here's the before they announced before E.S. Bersamin said na tinanggal siya at hindi siya umalis, hindi siya nag-resign. You know how much money was allocated to E.S. Bersamin based on that list?
How much?
5.925 billion pesos.
Why?
So yun yung project na siya yung nangasiwa in order to get the 25% commission for that. Ito pang nakakaloka. According to that table, even Vini has a share. Vini is not even a government official.
Grabe no?
Oo, grabe. So, ngayon guys, of course, those are claims. Those are just claims. But take note that Zaldico provided a list of projects.
Program
100 billion
worth
of projects na sinabi niya na inutos sa akin na i-insert sa GAA. So we can actually start from there. Sino ang mga nangasiwa ng projects na yun? Kasi kung sinong nangasiwa ng mga projects na yun, doon napunta ang commission na 25%. Ngayon, kung ako si Bongbong Marcos at sinasabi ko na hindi totoo yan, hindi ako nagpa-insert, ganyan. What am I going to do to refute yung listahan ni Saldico? I am going to name each and congressmen na nag-sponsor ng mga projects na yon so that it will never be imputed to me?
Oo.
Bakit walang nag-move forward na congressman at senador na no, that's mine, pinaglaban ko yan para sa para sa distrito ko, ganyan.
Because they are becoming compliant na, they're actually compliant with the entire, parang how do I say this correctly? Parang, kung ano yung sindikalo ginagawa nila, they're just being compliant with it. Otherwise, they're going to...
Well, this is the normal situation. Okay, grabe kasi sobrang complicated nito. Grabe yung grabe yung layers kasi talaga ng pagtatago na ginawa nila dito. Yung national budget, this is how it works. Okay, you have budget proposal. The budget proposal is called NEP. Okay, so ibig sabihin, in perfect world, dun sa ideal process, kung ano yung nilagay mo sa NEP, yun na dapat yung proposal ng presidente.
Yes.
Okay, so yun na yung project. Okay. When it goes to the deliberation in the House of Representatives, that is when they make katay. Okay, this one is gonna go to this one, no, exto. Pagkatapos yung tinanggal namin dyan, dadali namin sa ibang bucket. Okay, so in that kind of in that specific process, dun nagkakaroon ng mga insertion and amendments. Okay, so ngayon yung insertion at amendments, during the deliberation, doon dapat tatayo si congressman at saka si senator na yung proposal ninyo na tulay dito sa San Andres Bukid, tinanggal namin to kasi ililipat namin tong tulay na to dito sa may Pasay. Ganyan. Okay. Ganun yung So, ibig sabihin, in-insert mo yung budget ng San Andres Bukid, from San Andres Bukid, nilipat mo ng Pasay. In-amend mo yung tinanggalan kasi nawalan siya ng budget para sa tulay doon di ba? Tapos yung budget doon, nilipat mo sa tulay sa Pasay. So ngayon, si Pasay, nagkaroon siya ng insertion na para sa tulay, si San Andres Bukid, nawalan ng budget para sa tulay. So, it's really a money going from one bucket to another. Okay, ganun yun guys. Ngayon, while this kind of practice is not exactly illegal, this kind of practice is abused. Kasi parang, bakit kumbaga parang masyadong magulo, bakit ganyan, yung parang insert, pagkatapos, minsan wala naman sa NEP, hindi naman kasama sa proposal, tapos biglang may sumusulpot na project, then it becomes questionable. Is it illegal? Unfortunately, at this point, there is really no strong legal guidance on how to regard it. At this point, kumbaga parang ang argument pa lang dyan is, it is not morally right. Dapat hindi ganon. Ganyan. Okay, so let's leave that. Ganon yung nangyari. So ngayon, when you talk about legislative insertion, meron niyang moral justification. Kasi nga, ang argument dyan ng mga congressman is that hindi, kasi yung proposal ninyo, we do not believe that it's going to benefit the people. So that is why we changed the tulay from San Andres Bukid. We move it to Pasay, ganyan. Kasi we do not agree with the executive that the San Andres Bukid people deserves that tulay. Mas kailangan to ng mga taga-Pasay, ganyan. Okay.
That's the power of Congress.
That's the power of Congress. Okay, that's the power of Congress. So they can, yun din yung sinasabi nila kung bakit pwede silang mag-insert. Kasi kumbaga hindi. Kasi we think na ganito we do our own research, ganyan. Okay. And plus, they have the power of the purse. Diba? So yun. So yung insertion should come from the House of Representatives. It is a debatable issue, but yes, they can do it. Okay? Ngayon, provided that they can justify such insertion, that they can actually provide reasonable accounts kung bakit nila pinili na ganito natin gastos sa inyong pera ng bayan. So, okay, nandun na tayo. Legislative insertion, debatable, but maybe justifiable. Klaro tayo doon legislative insertion may be is debatable, legislative insertion is debatable, but may be justifiable. Ito ngayon yung problem ni Zaldico. Okay? Ang sinasabi ni Zaldico, ang insertion hindi nanggaling sa legislative. ang insertion ng galing sa presidente.
Mm.
Okay? Which is crazy, right?
Mm.
Which is crazy. Kasi parang, ikaw ang nag-present ng budget, ba't ka magpapa-insert?
Correct.
Diba? Ba't ka magpapa-insert? And that is the point. Bakit ka magnanakaw ng pera na traceable?
Mm.
Kasi pag in-insert yan at yung insertion ay galing sa legislature, sa executive department, sa presidente, ano tinatago mo?
Mm.
Bakit hindi mo pa sinama sa NEP?
Mm.
Ibig sabihin, ang intention mo dyan, magnakaw. Diba? Yun yung sinasabi ni Saldico. Ang sinasabi ni Saldico dito is that the money, the 100 billion budget, inutusan ako ni Bongbong na pagdating ng budget sa House of Representatives, ipasok ko yan.
Mm.
Saan ka pwedeng makapagpasok ng mga ganong insertion? Kasi normally, the process generally in the House of Representatives and in the Senate, pagdating sa budget is transparent. At what point lang hindi transparent? Bycam.
Mm-mm.
Walang coverage, walang minutes. So, dun ka pwedeng magpasok ng mga projects na gusto mong mapasama sa budget, pero hindi mo alam kung paano ginastify.
Yes.
So, ngayon, yung 100 billion na tinutukoy ko dito, okay? If it is something that the Filipino people truly needs, okay? What BBM could have done is to really, no, it's not from me. That insertion is not from me. It came from a representative or from a senator. Bakit walang nag-move forward na senator?
Well, that's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Bakit walang nag-move forward na senator or na House of Representative na inaangkin yung mga insertions na yun?
Kasi nga, sa kanya talaga yung
Kasi sa kanya talaga galing. Inuutos niya.
Oo.
Ibig sabihin, hawak sa bayag ni Bongbong Marcos ang
Exact.
House of Representative at yung bayag na yon, bayag ni Saldico. Nakita mo yung...
Sense,
Yes, okay. So, ganun yung ano doon. Ganun yung dynamics nung itong problema na to. That is why I find Shelo Magno utterly stupid. Kasi what Shelo Magno is saying is that ang tanga na, hindi man ako naniniwala na ganun katanga si Bongbong Marcos na hindi niya, bakit pa niya ipapa-insert, pwede naman niyang ilagay sa NEP.
Ang tanga is ang mga congressman actually.
At si Shelo Magno, because bakla, bakit ka magnanakaw pagkatas ilalagay mo sa NEP? Di nakita ng lahat yan. Diba? Kasi NEP is transparent. The one that is not transparent is the one that underwent the BICAM deliberation.
Exactly, because after the BICAM, doon, di ba siya nang magpirma niyan afterwards?
Wala nang checking yun. Okay? After ng BICAM, it becomes GAB 3. GAB 3 is the version of the budget that reconciled the House of Representatives version and the Senate version. After ng BICAM, diretso na yan sa presidente.
That's why.
Ganun. O, di ba?
Klaro
Ganun.
na. Ano pa? Saan pa? Ano yun dyan? Wala na. Very clear yan.
Sino ang nagpapagulo ng usapan? Ang nagpapagulo ng usapan, mga katulad ni Shelo Magno, idiot. I mean, kaya galit ako kay Shelo Magno, no? Because Shelo Magno is a learned individual. PhD holder yan. Economist. She knows the budget process. Diba, pagkatas deliberately, lilituhin niya yung conversation by saying na kung talagang, hindi daw niya matanggap na magiging ganun katanga ang presidente. Oo. Hindi daw niya matanggap na magiging ganun katanga ang presidente na hindi isasama sa NEP yung 100 billion na insertion. Di hindi na insertion yun, boba. Diba? Hindi na insertion yun. Di nakasama sa deliberation yun. Kapag ka nilagay niya yun sa nasama sa deliberation yung mga insertions na yun. 'Di ba? Yun yung kadiri Yun yung sobrang kadiri diyan. So, kaya itong mga yellow piece, hindi ako naniniwala dito na mga talagang anti-corruption advocates. So, they are fake people posing as anti-corruption advocate. 'Di ba? Ang kukupal. ang kukupal, sila yung talagang salot ng bayan. Ganon. Ayun lang. Ayan. Kagabi, share ko lang, no? Kagabi uminom kami nito. Sobrang pabebe, pero sarap. Ayun lang. Ayan, hello, Sassy. Kagigising ko lang actually. Super kagigising ko lang. Ayan, magandang hapon. Ayun. Shout out Kuya Alvin. Nandito siya sa labas. Ayun. So yun, may naka-request.
Wag na, hayaan mo na. Sa atin.
Sige.
Atin mo na yung discussion na. Alam mo, Joey, thank you for your input, ha?
Oo.
Kasi a lot of people, parang they don't really have this clarity in mind with respect sa mga nangyayari sa ating bayan. So all they have is like, this speculative chuchu, ganyan. And it needs somebody like you coming from you who knows what it is that she's saying. Yun yung punto de vista ko dyan, Joey. Kaya maraming salamat for sharing your insights and your knowledge to people like us who's not really well-versed with the things that they are doing. So, yun po mga kababayan. Alam niyo guys, i-follow niyo yan si Joey DeViv. 300 yung nanonood. Grabe yung chika mo, ha? Oo. At saka, hindi. So, what's your chika about
Well, ayun nga. So, yung 100 billion na
dito,
yun.
dito.
Okay. So, yung 100 billion na yun, just to tahiin natin.
How do you connect that from him actually coming out right now saying na, hindi ako nag-resign, umalis na lang ako?
Well, ganito, no? So, okay, going back to my initial kwento, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na may nag-contact sa akin, ganyan.
Ang dami ko din na-receive na information, hindi ko lang ni-appreciate kasi I know that it's
nakakatakot kasi, di ba yung baka bait, ganyan. Ngayon, as I was analyzing the information given to me, okay, as I was analyzing it, okay, ang doon is, so ngayon, sinasabi ni E.S. Bersamin na tinanggal siya, na hindi siya nag-resign, tinanggal siya. Now, this email said na, tulungan niyo kami, all Zaldico wanted is some leniency na makauwi sa Pilipinas at hindi mapatay. Okay? And he's willing to say everything daw. So, inuunti-unti nila yung pag-release ng information. I don't know kung ano yung diskarte nila, ganyan-ganyan. Doon sa information na pinrovide sa akin, ang sinasabi nila is that the 100 billion, okay, is just the amount of projects that is being used para patabain yung mga allies niya. So, hindi pa ito talaga yung parang income-generating activity ng mga Marcoses, ni Bongbong Marcos. Hindi pa ito yung income-generating activity niya. Kasi kumbaga dito, nakikishare lang siya, 100 billion, 25% niyan, kanila. Yun yung sabi ni Saldico, di ba? 25% yung kanila. So yung 25% na yan, 25 billion, yun yung hinati-hati for the family, for the first family, and, okay, for the cabinet members. E.S. Bersamin is one of the most important cabinet member. Si E.S. Bersamin, according dun sa list na yon, for 2023 and 2024, meron siyang 5.925 billion allocation para doon sa 100 billion na nirequest ni Bongbong Marcos na ipasok ni Saldico para sa GAA. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung 25% ng 5.925 billion pesos, yun ang komisyon niya. Malaki pa rin yun. Almost 1 billion pa rin.
Why did he left? That's the biggest question.
I do not know. I do not know.
And why is it?
I think it's because yung takbo ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee
Will point out to them.
is already trying to point dun sa mga cabinet members na hindi naman kay BBM napunta yan eh. Napunta yan sa mga cabinet members. Napunta yan sa mga ano-ano, ganyan. So ngayon, And I think, totoo na talagang napunta sa mga cabinet members yan. Napunta talaga sa mga cabinet members yan. Pero may napunta rin kay Bongbong Marcos. So ngayon, ang ginagawa ngayon nito ni Bongbong Marcos at ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, Ping Lacson, na hench guy ni Bongbong Marcos, okay? Kasi siya yung gumagawa ng dirty job sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee eh. Ang ginagawa nila is, iniipit nila ngayon yung mga nandun sa cabinet na nag-receive ng commission. Kasi doon sa 25 billion nga na yon, ang nag-receive nun, Bongbong Marcos and family and cabinet members. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, yung mga cabinet members, na-receive talaga according to the,
what you're saying is that before it goes out of proportion, he exited.
Yeah.
Actually, yan na. And now he even clarified that I did not resign. I don't have any problem. According to him, verbatim, sinabi niya na, inform the president by text, I have no problem exiting. By 2 p.m., the Presidential Creation Office already said, out of delicadeza, he tendered his resignation. So, lahat ng ito, parang PR, ganito, chuchu, lahat na.
Well, ako iniisip ko na yung, I don't know, maybe, kung ako si E.S. Bersamin, kakabahan ako. Because of what they did to Saldico.
Exactly.
Kakabahan ako. So ngayon, ano ba to? Pinagre-resign ba ako ng Bongbong administration because they want to protect me or they want to use me
as a scapegoat?
Diba? So kung ako si E.S. Bersamin, kakabahan ako.
Ilaglag ko na sila, lahat.
Yes,
Actually, that's the next recourse of action. Dapat gawin mo.
Correct.
Tell all ka din. Tell all na si Zaldico. Tell all na si Senator Amy. What's keeping you from doing that?
Correct.
You're becoming a sacrificial lamb na ngayon. Wala na. Laglagan na ito lahat.
Kerech. Ayan. So, that's the, that's the story of our lives. Kakaloka.
Malapit na maluto yung rice.
Sige lang. Talagang mabuting.
Very interesting, no? Mabuting kapatid. Alam naman, as a challenge individual. As a challenge individual. So, ready na. You want your egg sunny side up or normal lang?
Sunny side up. Always sunny side up.
Why?
Wala lang. Parang sunny. Because sun is happy.
Gusto mo yung luto talaga yung yolk or
gusto ko yung malasado.
Okay. Same tayo. Ayoko din ng sobrang luto yung yolk.
Parang parang powdery.
Correct. I don't like that. Gusto ko yung medyo gooey a little bit. Hindi naman siya naluto. Ganyan. So, okay.
Correct. Ayan.
Special.
Nakakaloka 389 viewers ko.
Kaya nga, grabe dumami sila sa atin. Kasi the discussion is so interesting. Can you imagine, sinabi ko kanina, I was discussing about the importance of why are some individuals, detractors of Senator Amy Marcos o sa atin. Tayo, we were really thinking, okay, oh my God, thank you for doing it. Finally, ginawa mo na talaga ganito. And then all of these personalities like, Jesus Francis, Richard Hidayat, they're all attributing this, even Senator Ping Lacson attributing this to, this is so not Filipino of you, this is not, sabi ko naman,
which is very weird, It is very Filipino.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I call it? Very oxymoronic. Why? You are calling out an act of actually somebody saying the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and you want to label that un-Filipino. That's the most Filipino thing to do.
Okay.
Basically, severing time with your family, putting the Philippines first and the Filipino people first. That's the most patriotic thing. She could very well just stay mom. Hindi ako magsabi. Kasi ang logic ko dyan, somebody committed murder. Let's say, for example, it was your brother. And because you want to become a Filipino chuchu na it's so Filipino to protect your sibling, you're just going to be quiet. There's a murder happening na may namatay. Are you going to be quiet? Of course not. The most prudent thing to do is to talk about it and come out in the public. Ito yung nangyari.
Nung nag-uusap kami, I think wala ka pa, hindi ka pa yata nag-join nung Sabi ko, yung ginawa ni Senator Amy actually is an act of greatness. I mean, no etchos to no etchos to. Bakit? Kasi, kung si Amy, politician siya, di ba? Okay. Kung politician ka at ikaw ay trapo, okay, ano yung political situation ngayon ni Amy Marcos?
Oo.
Yung political situation ngayon ni Amy Marcos, bad trip sa kanya DDS, maraming bad trip sa kanyang DDS, maraming bad trip sa kanyang loyalista,
Oo.
okay? So, last election, nanalo pa rin siya. Diba?
Barely.
Barely, pero nanalo pa rin
Nanalo
siya.
pa rin,
Okay.
correct.
So, ibig sabihin, kaya pa rin niya. Despite the fact na hinihate siya ng mga DDS, at hinihate siya ng mga loyalista, kaya pa rin niyang manalo sa election.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, okay.
Diba?
That's a fact.
Okay. This is her last term sa Senado. Kasi by 2031, hindi na siya pwedeng tumakbo. Kailangan niyang magpahinga. And but by that time, ilang taon na si Senator Amy, 76? 76 years old. I mean, I don't think she has, she has that much gas left in the tank para sa, unless she's going to live like once a year, diba? Ganon. Amy is old. I mean, lang ang tawag dito kasi siguro nakikita natin parang bakla lang na hindi tumatanda. But she is old.
Yes.
Amy is old. So ngayon, kung yung ginawa ni Amy as a politician, pwede naman niyang pwede na lang niyang
Ride on ka lang.
Yes! Ride on the power that your family has until 2028.
Exactly.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Diba? You're not gonna run in 2031 anyway.
Oo.
Diba? Wala ka na rin naman ng senador ka hanggang 2031. O pagdating ng 2031, hindi ka naman pwedeng tumakbo na, hindi ka naman na pwedeng tumakbo further, ganyan-ganyan. So ngayon, ang tawag dito, ganun na yung ginawa ni Amy. Why the hell are you going to say something against your own interest?
Exactly.
Your family's interest?
Yes.
Diba? Why her against her own interest?
Yeah.
Because it is better na makipagbati siya kay Lisa, makipagbeso-beso siya kay Lisa, at makipagmahalan uli siya kay ading niya.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi ganito lang naman yan makipagbati ka kay Lisa para may access ka kay Bongbong.
Correct.
Diba? Ganun lang kasimple.
The revelation already was there. 3 years, hindi pa kayo nag-usap na ng ading mo.
Correct.
Diba?
So ngayon, if that is the situation, you go to you makipagbeso-beso kay Lisa, makipagbati ka kay Lisa, and then enjoy the rest of BBM's term until 2028.
Actually, yes.
Diba? If you are a traditional politician, if you just care about your political career, that is the most optimum decision that she can do. Okay? But what Amy Marcos did, she put everything on the line.
Yes, actually.
Sacrificing her family.
Yes.
And, thinking about the Filipino first.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi, ganito ang gawin natin, ading uwi na tayo. Let's, walk away from power.
Yeah, let's save you from the fires of what?
Nung sinabi niyo uwi na tayo, ganyan-ganyan na, uwi na tayo, tama na to, let's, kumbaga parang, gawin na, yung kumbaga parang, mali na kasi yung kaandikan mo ang nagsasuffer sa bayan ng Pilipino.
Yes.
Ganon. So ngayon, magsabi kayo sa akin, ng kahit sinong politician who's willing to walk away from power.
Exactly. Nobody. Si Bene Abante nga, natalo na and everything, nakaupo pa din.
Hindi, diba? Because that is the, that's the what do you call this? The sparkle that you cannot refuse. Diba? Yan yung kinang na talagang hindi mo mahirap to walk
you
away
are in a
from.
position of power and influence, you can do things.
Correct. Who are the only people who are able to demonstrate that they can walk away from power without any fuss?
I
The
think
Dutertes.
the Dutertes, I was about to say.
Diba?
The Dutertes, they don't even care.
Only them. Only them. So ngayon sabihin nyo sa akin, sino ang pinaka-Duterteng politician? Sino ang pinaka-Duterteng politician dito? Diba? Who's willing to walk away from power and do the right thing. Diba? So ngayon sabi ko, itong ginawa ni Amy, this is greatness. And,
she didn't even care at all. What she wanted was, she cared too much for the Philippines and the Filipino people that she doesn't even care if the family is going to, alam mo yun, she lacerated everything, severed ties with everything, but because she wants to, that's why I was earlier, parang kumulo ang burugo ko na naisip ko ba na, bakit ka magsabi na social, cultural, chuchu, enemy, Kemal. Why are you even saying these things?
Correct.
You should, in fact, you should be even saying this is what Filipinos should be.
Correct.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Yes, you know?
For the better, for
better Filipinos.
for,
Preparing the Philippines now for the next generation. Tapos ka na. That's your job. Tapos ka na. Magpahinga na tayo.
Magpahinga ka na. Uwi na tayo. Diba? So, ang tawag dito, for me, yung ginawa na yun, kasi I would have, kung kunwari gagawin to ni Aimee, ang ina-expect ko din is, gagawin niya to, yung
Keme lang.
Yung for compliance purposes ba na, ay, hindi, adik kapatid ko, ganyan.
But hindi, ang daming sinabi doon na
correct.
Spam talaga lahat.
Oo. She really go above and beyond.
Yes.
Doon sa, and I think the sincerity shows.
Yes.
Doon sa,
umiiyak siya.
Oo. The sincerity really shows. And it is also very consistent.
That night, she wasn't a politician.
Yes.
She was human.
Correct.
Really, actually,
Correct.
she was...
So, ang tawag dito, ang ko doon, isa pang kumbaga parang badge sa akin na greatness itong ginawa ni Aimee.
Yes, actually.
Because, si PRRD at saka si Aimee Marcos, they were classmates in Congress. Sabay naging congressman yan eh. Sabay nagsabay yan sa, naging classmate yan sa, I think, 14th Congress yata. Or
when she was
14th or 15th Congress.
Congresswoman and
yes.
Senator si Bongbong.
And PRRD was congressman that time. Merong one term na congressman si PRRD.
Yes, yeah.
So they became friends because of that specific election political term. Ngayon, nung tumakbong presidente si PRRD,
yes.
At sinasabi rin naman to ni PRRD, governor na si Aimee. Ang sabi ni PRRD, only Aimee is the governor who supported my campaign.
Actually, sinabi yan in public. Ano yan? Sinabi niya ni PRRD.
Yun yung sinabi ni PRRD. Only Aimee Marcos supported my campaign. And of course, alam naman natin, pagdating sa politika, may kapalit yan. Diba? Sinuportahan ni Sen Aimee, si PRRD. So, naturally, ang tanong ni PRRD, anong kapalit? Diba? Ang kapalit is, ipalibing niya yung tatay niya.
Which he delivered.
Which PRRD delivered.
It was yesterday, na pinalibing. Yesterday ba yun?
18.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Ganun. So, ngayon, ang dito is, ang sinasabi ko dito is ganito, that specific action, nung binabash si Senator Aimee, nung binabash si Senator, parang hindi, kasi mahirap maging Aimee Marcos eh.
Correct.
Kasi you are always not enough.
Yes.
Diba?
I agree.
At sa totoo lang, nakakawa ko yung Senator Aimee Marcos kasi parang buong buhay niya, she's never enough.
Yes.
Alam mo yun, she's never enough
She's
dun sa
trying
mga...
to prove to people that I can and I will.
Pero pre-judge na siya.
Yes.
Pre-judge na siya. Like for example, yung friendship nila ni PRRD, ginagamit mo na si PRRD. Ganyan. Nung nagpa-investigate siya sa kidnapping ni PRRD, stunt lang yan. Yan totoo. Ganyan. Nung ang pangalan nito, sinuportahan niya si Inday. Hindi, ginagamit mo lang si Inday. Ganyan. Okay. Aimee Marcos showed loyalty stronger and more tangible than anyone else to PRRD. But still, she's not believed.
You know what I characterize the situation right now? She's parang ang loyalty niya sa mga Dutertes, that she's really willing to lose everything for the country and for ensuring that.
That's why I understand why they became really good friends ni PRRD. That's why I understand why they became really good friends with Inday Sara. Remember what Inday Sara said? Yung parang, no, I will not sacrifice the country for
one person.
You understand now why they are friends? You understand now why they are friends? So ngayon,
kasi they both care about the country. Yung ganon.
Ganong level.
Country first.
Ganong level. So ngayon, this is the consistency that I am talking about. And sa totoo lang, kawawa si Senator Amy. Dahil nga, she's never enough eh. She's never enough. Actually, ako na yata yung vlogger na pinakamabait kay Senator Amy. Kasi hindi ko siya binabanatan ng wagas eh. Yung naiintindihan ko kasi, ako lang nakakasakay dun sa mga, ano niya, for the longest time eh. Kaya ako tinatawag na, na mangga-mangga, na ay hindi, ganyan-ganyan, eme-eme. But, sabi ko nga, that's not how I do my politics. When I do my politics, I really try to, I follow the politics of result. And whether I trust Amy or not, is not, it's irrelevant.
Kasi you have your own categories to parang...
Kasi nakikita ko yung resulta ng ginagawa niya.
Yes.
Diba? And I cannot be just angry at her. At the
blindly,
same time,
diba? Because
blindly
people want you to be.
Correct. I cannot just be blindly angry at her when I see her doing the investigation for PRRD.
Yeah, nobody else would even do that.
That Inday Sara trusted her. In-endorse ni Inday Sara eh. And you look at what Inday Sara did during the election. She did so many contents for Senator Amy. So ibig sabihin si Inday, gusto niya talaga manalo si Senator Amy.
Actually.
Diba? So parang sa akin, parang this woman must have done something, diba? Para pagkatiwalaan siya ng gano'n ni Inday Sara. And I trust Inday Sara. So ngayon, ang tawag dito, she had done so many tangible things para ipakita yung pagka-Duterte niya.
Yes.
But a lot of people do not trust her, do not believe her. Diba? Okay. You have Bongo. You have Bato. You have Alan Peter Cayetano. You have
the Villars.
The Villars, di ba, who didn't really stood for Inday Sara and for the for PRRD. These people we consider loyal, di ba? With all due respect, no,
we expect almost.
Yeah. Kumbaga parang, there is certain level of respect that we we give to these people kasi mga allies yung mga yan eh.
Yeah.
But compared to the act of loyalty
in itself,
compared to what Amy did, si Amy hindi pa rin enough. 'Di ba? Pero si Alan Peter Cayetano nag-speech lang all of a sudden after missing in action. 'Di ba? After being missing in action for a very long time.
Yes.
'Di ba? Si Alan Peter, pinalakpakan. Speech lang yung ginawa, Speech lang yung ginawa. And this guy also called for resign all. Even Inday Sara. Diba? Pero, pinalakpakan siya. Hindi pa nga masyadong klaro kung kanino yung loyalty niya eh. Diba? Hindi pa nga masyadong kung nasan yung loyalty niya. Diyan. Pero, si Amy, she had done so many things, kinu-question pa rin siya ng tao.
Yes.
It really sucks to be Amy Marcos.
Yes.
Diba? It really sucks to be Amy Marcos, unfortunately.
Kasi kahit ano pang gawin niya, it's never enough.
It's never enough.
Parang because she's always categorized, wala naman yung ganyan. May gano'n lang. Atako talaga sa kanya.
Oo. So ngayon, alam mo sa totoo lang, iniisip ko nga ito eh. So, parang, I think I should make specific content specific content talking about it. Kasi talagang ngayon, nakita mo na yung consistency ni Sen Amy. Everything that she did, she really mean it.
Yes.
Yung
hindi siya Menga, hindi Gemma.
Hindi Gemma!
Actually, hindi Gemma.
Hindi Gemma. Hindi Gemma yung kanyang mga hanash-hanash. Ayan.
Right.
So, I mean, it's really about time that we give credit.
When it's due.
Because it's really due.
Yes.
And unfortunately,
yung iba pa dyan, kinikinet-grab pa nila. Kaya bakit ano po nangyayari sa'yo? Mas alam mo pa yung...
Oo. Nakakatawa, yung iba na nagke-credit grab. Ito yung mga sumisira kay Senator Amy. You did not believe in Senator Amy. Diba? Ang sinasabi niyo nga kay Senator Amy na parang mangga-mangga lang yan, hindi niya gagawin to, hindi niya gagawin yan, eme-eme.
And now, they were proven otherwise, nga silang lahat.
They were proven otherwise, and the audacity of these people to say that they are correct. Hindi nga kayo naniwala kay Senator Amy, mga tanga, diba? Diba?
Magalit na naman yan sila.
Nakakaloka. Hindi nga kayo naniwala na kaya niyang gawin. And to be honest, even me, hindi ko ina-expect na gagawin
Ako
niya
din.
to.
Actually, remember yung mga reaction natin, di ba?
Oo, hindi ko ina-expect na gagawin niya to. Ang ina-expect ko is that, kumbaga, she's going to be reasonable. This one, she's not reasonable. Hindi rin reasonable. All heart ito.
Correct.
All heart tong ginawa ni Senator Amy. All heart, all passion. You know, it is not for the best interest of Amy's political career.
No.
Diba?
Siya really, ang inisip niya talaga is yung tao. At saka yung Pilipinas dito. Enough is enough na para sa kanya.
What are the risks that that Senator Amy took for this endeavor? Because she said those kind of things, itatakwil na yan ng buong pamilya niya.
Actually.
Itatakwil na yan ng buong pamilya.
Imagine naming even your son.
Si Matthew. Si
Si
Matthew, yung dalawang anak niya, kanya yun. Si Borgie at saka si Attorney Michael. Naiintindihan siya, tsaka mahal na mahal siya nung they really believe,
in her.
Amy.
Oo.
Si Govmat ang problema. Kasi si Govmat, barkada ni Sandro.
Yan.
Yun lang talagang problema dyan. Ngayon, parang ang risk doon ni Senator Amy is that mawasak yung pamilya niya. Mawasak yung pamilya niya dyan. Even if mabuo yung pamilya niya, it's gonna take some time before she can repair it.
Exactly.
It's gonna take some time before she can repair it. Another is, they're going to double down
On her.
on her.
Di ba nga, wala, kukunan na siya na.
Oo. They're going to double down on her. Pwedeng, di ba, bigla na aksidente na lang yan, sasabihin, di ba? I'm not ruling out, pwedeng ipapatayan ng kamag-anak niya.
But we're entertaining the possibilities.
Yeah,
Yes.
oo. But even if they're not going to unalive Senator Amy Marcos, they are going to ruin her reputation.
It's immortalized.
Bababuyin siya ng mga kamag-anak
Binaboy na nga, di ba? Questioning her legitimacy as a daughter.
na hindi raw siya Marcos.
Yes.
Di ba? Yung mga ganong
Yung iba pa dyan, hindi nga pamilya ni Marcos, mas alam na alam pa nila yung dynamic.
Biglang naging expert yung Marcos family, di ba? Ganon. So, she's risking a lot here. She's
If people do not even consider ba? Ano bang ginawa niya? Parang si Ivy, gusto niya lang. Hindi!
Ito,
Maraming elemento dyan.
yung frozen fruits and vegetables.
Yan! Dyan na tayo.
Diba? Yung frozen fruits and vegetables, syempre, ma-access niyan yung presidente, tsaka si Lisa.
Oo.
Diba? Ngayon, since nagagaganyan si Amy, tingin mo magkakaroon pa siya ng share
Correct.
sa frozen fruits and vegetables? Diba? So ngayon, parang sa akin,
Let's try to think ba, rational.
Oo.
What's behind this? Ano ba yun?
Let's give credit when the credit is due. And this is greatness on part of Senator Amy.